Welcome back once again. This is Bob the Vape and Computer Guy. Today we're going to take a look at the Aspire Triton 2. Let's dive down, do an unboxing for when I took this apart a little while ago. Then we'll come back now that I've used it for a while and we'll talk about it.
Okay, so today we're going to be reviewing the Triton 2 by Aspire. Let's clean this up. You don't want to see all this. Triton 2 by Aspire. Alright, I have not opened this up yet. I have not used this yet, so this is as new to me as it is to you. So if I get something wrong on this part, don't blame me. Alright, let's see. Let's make sure we're focused in here. So there we go. This is the Triton 2. Tight fitting tip on there. Let's grab the Titan 1. Take a quick look at the differences. Now this is not the original tip from the Triton 1. Let's turn that around there. Let's do this so it looks like it makes more sense. Here's the 1. Here's the 2. Alright, the 1 was a little bit bigger. Alright. You can see here some different designs with these circles here. Alright. No top airflow. Look at that, no top airflow. Which I don't think anybody needs anyway. I don't like it. I know most reviewers don't. I don't like it, and glad it's gone. Alright. So that's the difference on the outside there. Let's put that one down. So, this is the turn off to seal that off in there. If I can get it to turn. Wow. It's a tight fit. As you can see, it's on the drip symbol. There is the vape symbol. Now, this is not turning easy for me. Let me try and get a better grip on that. Give me a second there. Yeah, now that's really not turning easy for me. So let's open this up and take a look. Take that tip off. Alright, so first difference is this is your top fill, and this is a screw-on where the other one just pulled off. So that's different there. Now, wow, you can see how hard this is to turn. Alright. Now, let's see if we can do that when it's actually on here. Okay, so there it goes. It's loosening up, and this hasn't been washed yet. So sometimes, just washing it will make it work better. But that is very, very tight. All right. Larger fill holes than the original, which has basically these like slits. The original had about half the size of that on each side, and it worked. It was no problem. But that certainly larger is nicer. So let's screw that back in there. Right, as you can see, that is starting to work its way in and turn a little better. Alright. Airflow control. Turns all the way around. Dual Cylon slots. Let's unscrew the base. It's actually unscrewing the whole thing. There we go. Yeah, I feel like it's a little slippery, like a little machine oil on here. So maybe I'm just not being able to turn it well because of the machine oil, but very similar to the original. The coil that's in here is a Clapton coil. Okay, didn't even realize. We have 0.5, 40 to 45 watt Clapton coil in there. So they say. And let's see, does it come with any extra coils in the box?
Incoming phone call.
Always forget to turn that phone off. Alright, in here you got extra piece of glass, extra coil. Come on, coil. By the O-rings being a different color, this is a different coil. 1.8 ohm, 10 to 13 watt. Probably just going to throw that out. Not much interest in that coil, but I don't use those much, but there you go. Alright, and like I said, a 0.5, 40 to 45 watt Clapton coil. So there's your coils. Let's throw one back in there. You can see that closing off there as you turn it. So there she is, the first look. I'm going to use this for a while, try out that Clapton coil, and see how she vapes.
Okay, so there you have the Aspire Triton 2. I was a big fan, still am a big fan of the Triton 1. I use it regularly. I think it's a good tank. So figured version 2, let's give it a try. She vapes good now that I've got it to vape good. But I have to say my initial impressions were not that great. First thing I noticed was I did have a lot of grease on this, machine oil on this, so I had to give it a good wash. Nothing unusual there. Put it through a sonic cleaner, and got it good. First thing I did was pop in the Clapton coil that it comes with. Let's see if I have it here. What was it rated? It was rated at 40 to 45 watts, written on the coil. Actually, I got the coil there. So that's their Clapton coil. I showed it to you up close in the video there. So I started this low. I started vaping on that. Like I said, 40 to 45 watts is the rating. I started at about 33 watts. Horrible taste. Really didn't like it. Not so much burnt like you're burning your cotton, but it just didn't taste right. Tried down 25 watts, still didn't work. Tried bringing it up into the 40 watt range, still didn't work. I fooled around for about a half hour. And just couldn't get it to work right. Before you bothered to write below, did you prime it? Of course I primed it. Been doing this long enough. Yeah, fooled around with that for about a half hour. Could not get that coil to taste good for anything. Took it out. I think their other coil that they're giving, what is it that I know? They're giving let's see, box here. Yeah, this other coil was, not that I can see very well, getting old. I think this is a 1.2. 1.2 ohm coil is the other one they give. Come on, where is it on there? 1.8. 1.8 rated at 10 to 13 watts. So I haven't tried that coil. I have no interest in 10 watt coil, 1.8 ohms. So I haven't used that one. Next thing I did was pop in actually a VaporWorks coil, a 0.5 ohm, which is what I have in here now. And that's been tasting fine. No problems with that. I actually got this on 30 watts right now. Let's pump that up to 40 watts. And again, this is using a VaporWorks coil, not an original Aspire coil, but the tank is better, much better than their Clapton coil by far. That's 40 watts, and she's vaping fine, no problem. Everything about it is fine. The size, it's 20 millimeters. This is my measurements now, not off their website. 20 millimeters wide by 53 millimeters high without this little drip tip. Okay. One of the biggest differences with this is that the top part where you do your top juice fill is now screwed on instead of a pop-on like the old one. I had no problems. I still have no problems with the original Triton using a pop-on, the pop-on top to cover the juice. It works fine. It stays in there snug. And as you can see here, there's your juice well in there. All right, you got the two fill ports. Now, if you pop off on a Triton 1, I don't know if you can see it from here, but well, there you go. Do you see how it's two little holes there? And I have no problems filling in the Triton 1. I think it works fine. The Triton 2, though, does make that bigger into slots, about double the size. So that's nice. You do get the screw on top, which, you know, can be a little pain sometimes to get on, to get it threaded right, because it's a very flat top. But it works when it's on. If you feel more secure with that on there instead of the pop-on one, that's fine. Airflow. I get better airflow out of the Triton 1, definitely. I got the same 0.5 ohm coil in this one right now. It's dry. I put it to the side to be cleaned. But with air completely open, actually it wasn't even completely open there. If I open up the airflow completely on there, you could breathe normally through there, no problem at all. If you were underwater, you could use that, breathe, no problem. This one completely open. It takes some effort. So it's definitely a tighter draw on this one than on the original Triton. And my other complaint would be the turning of this, of the top portion here between fill and vape. All right. On the Triton 1, you can see here, you have the little symbol there for fill and the symbol for vape. You hold the tank, it turns nice. Okay, I don't know if you can even hear it. No problem, works beautiful. This one does not work like that. When you go to turn this, maybe it's because of the metal that they have around here, which they got rid of here so you can see your juice better, which I do like. But now I got juice all over my hands. But when you go to turn this, I mean, there you go. You know, it's if you got to really hold that glass, and it's really tight to turn. You don't have very good grip on it. It's a much tighter turn, and I've had times where if you turn it the other way, you really got to hold that glass good, or you feel like you're sandwiching everything in there much tighter and squeezing the glass to the point that it might crack. So you really got to be careful with that. It is not as smooth turning. So I'm not as happy at all with the, and the symbols are smaller too. A little hard to see in there, but you know, my bad eyesight, you can see it there and there. When you look on here, it's a lot more obvious. I like it a lot more obvious. I can see what's on. What I usually do is don't even look at the symbols, but just look at the opening to your coils in there. And you can see that that's closed off in there. And now you can see it's open. So I'm not happy with that. Not crazy about the screw in top, but it's fine. Not happy with the top fill portion of changing between locking off your coils and vaping. Airflow is more restrictive than on the Triton 1. Didn't have a good experience with that Clapton coil. I can't recommend it. Like I said, it's vaping fine for me now. I have it full. I got a 0.5 ohm coil in there, and the taste is fine. I'm going to use it, but I'm going to go back to my Triton 1 when I'm done with this. I don't see any reason to get this over a Triton 1 at all. So there you have it. I don't think there was anything else. These go for about 30 bucks. Like I said, it comes with a 1.8 ohm coil. It comes with a Clapton coil. Yeah, there's not much more to say about it. I don't recommend it. Go with a Triton 1 over the Triton 2. I don't see any benefits with the Triton 2. I don't think they improved it. Triton 1, I couldn't even suggest anything else for them to do to it. I think it's a fine tank. I think it works well. One thing they did do is they got rid of that top airflow control in the Triton 1. Your cap, your pressure fitting cap here that covers the juice wells for top filling, also has the airflow control in there for top airflow. So when you put it on, if you put it this way, you're going to get top airflow. You want to just, if you don't use the top airflow, you want to snap it in that way. And you can always turn it and adjust it as well. They removed that in the 2, and I'm fine with that. No need for top airflow, I feel. I think that's probably the only good thing they did to it is get rid of that unnecessary top airflow control. Other than that, I don't think they improved the tank at all. Certainly not a $30 tank. But if you get one, it will work. It does work fine, but no improvement over the Triton 1. So there you go. All right, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And I thought this wasn't going to go out till beginning of January, but I've used this tank enough already to know I'm not too happy with it, so I figured let's get this video out there. So once again, have a great New Year's if you celebrate, or have a good night's sleep if you do what I do. Take care. Bye.